Indiana teammate wastes no time enforcing locker room standards amid Caitlin Clark's struggles. What looked like a routine win on paper turned into a tough night for the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark and her squad couldn't keep their momentum going against the Golden State Valkyries. In front of a packed Chase Center crowd of 18,000, the Valkyries stormed back from a 13-point deficit to steal the win. A remarkable win for the newly found franchise. Stephanie White's leadership abilities were certainly missed last night. After the game, Kelsey Mitchell shared her perspective on what really led to the disappointing result. The Valkyries came into the sitting at 5-6 to start the season, but that wasn't all. They were missing 5 key players to the Eurobasket, including the likes of Temi Fagbinal, Cecilia Zandalasini, and Janelle Salon. On paper, it was a game that the Fever should have controlled, and they did just that. They came out firing in the first quarter, outscoring the Valkyries by 9, but from that point on, the tide turned. The Valkyries settled in, adjusted their game plan, and methodically clawed their way back. In her first season as head coach of the Valkyries, Natalie Nakas is already making a mark with her defensive mindset. Against the Indiana Fever, her team turned up the pressure in the second half, forcing multiple turnovers and disrupting Clark's rhythm. While it wasn't a career night for rookie guard Kate Martin, she provided solid minutes off the bench, continuing to show why she's become a trusted rotation player in her first WNBA season. The final quarter was the final nail in the coffin. Golden State scored 33 points in the final quarter, 15 points more than the Fever. So what caused this? Well, Kelsey Mitchell had her say on this. In the post-game conference, Mitchell said, "They're going to be aggressive. I think we allowed it. We kind of tucked our tail a little bit tonight on the aggression side, and I think that's our downfall right now. We have to learn how to see runs for what they are. That's one thing. But be aggressive and stop being so soft. I think, as a group, we just collectively allowed too much." As Mitchell says, the Fever were just not aggressive enough. They allowed Golden State to get 12 fast break points, which was twice as many as Indiana managed. Turnovers were another issue, with the Fever giving the ball away 17 times compared to just 7 from the Valkyries. But perhaps the biggest concern of the night was Caitlin Clark's performance. Clark, who has been incredible since returning from injury, was held to just 11 points on 3 of 14 shooting from the field. Quite surprising. This is the same player who had 52 points in her last 2 games. To make matters worse, she went 0 for 6 from three-point range. Not the kind of performance you would have expected from a potential MVP candidate. Clark took time to reflect on her team's performance after the game. Let's take a look at what she had to say. The Fever led by 6 points going into halftime. But things changed quickly. Golden State closed the third quarter on a 14-5 run and followed it up with a 9-2 run to start the fourth. Backed by a full house crowd at Chase Center, the Valkyries seized all the momentum and never looked back, powering their way to a commanding 88-77 comeback win. A statement victory. Clark, who didn't have the greatest of nights, gave her thoughts about the loss. "I didn't think we got much better tonight," Clark said. "But, the good thing about this lead is you play another game a couple days, so we'll learn from this and get better." This loss stings, but it's part of the Fever's journey. With young stars like Clark and Aaliyah Boston, alongside veterans like Mitchell, they're chasing their first playoff berth since 2016. Games like this show their growing pains, but also their potential. Mitchell's push for a tougher mindset is key as they build a team ready to compete with the WNBA's best. Up next for the Fever, a tough test against the Las Vegas Aces. It's a chance to redeem themselves, but the game won't be easy. With the likes of Duana Bonner and coach Stephanie White still out due to personal reasons, the match becomes all the more difficult. Do you think the Fever can beat the Aces? Let us know down in the comments. In the heart of Indiana's basketball program, where tradition and passion collide, the locker room is more than just a place to change jerseys. It's a crucible of character, leadership, and unspoken expectations. Recently, amid the spotlight on Caitlin Clark's undeniable talent and her brief struggles on the court, one Indiana teammate stepped up, not with grand speeches or flashy plays, but with quiet resolve and unwavering standards that reminded the team what it means to be a Hoosier. The Indiana locker room hums with a unique energy. It's a blend of youthful optimism and the weight of history, where echoes of past victories and legends seem to linger in the